to, trying to help it out. But I just driving over the weekend in different spots, they're all over. Yeah. And they just don't seem to be changing. Maybe getting a little smaller, but they're certainly not. Haven't gone away. No.
Yeah, really, I think the only way to long-term fix them is tiling, take that excess water out from underneath.
Yeah, some places.
And that's not, I mean, that's not possible.
I mean, there was, well, in our engineer service bureau, there was, I don't remember what county it was, but called, or sent an email out asking what everybody was doing about their frost wells, or anybody had anything that really worked, and I don't. No answer? I don't think there was any good answer for, I mean, if you can drain them and get rid of the water, I mean, sometimes that helps. A lot of times you haven't got a place to go with the tile lines. Well, and they're not all in low spots. No. On 230th, there's some pretty high grade stuff. There's a couple of nasty ones down there, and it's not. So it's you know, a lot of them are in the low spots, but they're certainly not all in the low spots. Project status, the backfilling on the south box up there north of Nemaha. County crews were scheduled to haul some backfill material in their dirt, but basically with the rain, apparently got a lot more rain on western or certain parts of the county, I guess, than they did over at Lytton. I didn't hardly have any, but apparently some other parts of the county they did.
I think we got quite a bit.
That's what Mike was saying, it's still a lot different from one side of the county to the other. Wall Lake bridges, I guess really nothing new to report there. We're still working on buying right over for the possible August letting on them.
What did the council say about, you had a meeting with them last Wednesday, as far as the timing? Can you say anything about it?
The council members that were there, you know, expressed concern about, you know, minimizing the amount of time it was closed during the winter time. But basically, the way we left it was that we would go ahead and still shoot for an August letting. We've got right away yet to buy down there on them, with trying to put some wordage in there to minimize the amount of time it's closed, you know, during the winter time, but not trying to put in language that would really penalize the contractor if he, you know, if it ended up it wasn't done and he couldn't get it back open for winter. I talked to the DOT, to the contract guy down there, and because he said one way is you can do that is require them that it be open through the winter, and if it wasn't, then it'd be in non-compliance of the contract, which I don't remember what he told me the penalty was, but it doubles every day. Well, if you're a contractor bidding that, and you've got that hanging over your head, there's a possibility of having to pay that kind of penalty. You're going to build that into your...
Absolutely. I mean, that's going to change your bid.
Yeah. So that's why I encourage the board not, or the council not to get that strict on seeing it closed. I did talk to the guy again on, I think it's Thursday, and he was going to look, once he had a set of plans, he didn't have a set of plans, so he's not sure how much work there is there and what they would normally give him for work days and et cetera. He was going to review it and see if he, we were sending a letter out to district and also to him saying, you know, there is concern from the city about how much time it's closed during the winter time, and he was going to see if he could think of other language that might be able to use to convey to the contractors what the city wants down there. But they only had 3 council members there that day, Dean, and I'm not sure which ones they were. One of the guys works for UAP. And I don't.
Yeah, Daryl Potoff.
Okay,
Kind of
Potoff. Okay, and then
There's Grocer, Gurman, big guy.
Yeah, he's never there. John Morrow, I know him, he wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I don't know which one of the other ones wasn't there.
Oh, Francis Rydell. He's got kind of bald, works for Clear Valley Fertilizer.
Okay, he might have been there too. I know they had to call other council members to get the quorum.
So, but they did give you a recommendation then as to what they
They
want.
said to go ahead and let it in August, go ahead and try to get into the August letting, and then basically went on my recommendation as far as trying to get some wording in there to restrict the amount of time that it was closed, but not put penalties or so many strings on it that the contractor was really going to push his bid up. I don't know. Donnie relayed to me the letting information this morning. I guess I was a little disappointed in how those bids came in.
What's our estimate on that? It's the last.
Well, that's why I asked Donnie, and I was thinking we just sent a letter to Iron County last week, and I think it was just over $200,000. I need to go back and look at that, and I guess I think I'm gonna call Ida County, and I need to also maybe do some checking with FEMA to make sure that where the bids came in isn't an issue with them too.
But when we talked about that just for a second though, a 30-foot initially, it was made longer, and didn't the recommendation go from 24 to 30?
No, we've always had to wait.
That was your estimate, was a 30? Because I didn't think that they agreed to that right up front.
No, we've always pursued it with that, and when we showed them that everything we've been building was 30 foot.
Then that's when they accepted it.
That's what FEMA included. So,
but that just seems 200 seems low for a 30 foot. Because I was thinking that it was more in what we've seen in these last year's 250 would be closer than 200.
but those were longer bridges too compared to this one. I don't know. Maybe we didn't put enough in on the dirt, but the other thing is with the fuel prices, everything else is going up too. So
One of the
Really went up.
one of
that's
the
what
others,
Johnny was saying.
Yeah, he said it had doubled.
I guess I was going to go back. I know the estimates we were using, the bid prices we were using was from the work that we did last year. I guess I want to do some checking with DOT and make sure that any recent bids they had, are coming in for similar work, just to double check, make sure we didn't get hooked by a sleeper. Somebody was trying to make some extra money, but I'll keep Wall Lake informed too. But I really think a contractor, that's looking for work would be able to get in there and get one built, and then maybe wait till later in the spring and start the second one. But we did have him put some granular material in there so that if he got one built, but it was late enough that he couldn't get the road resurfaced, that we could at least put rock on it and get it, back over for the winter, and then they could salvage that rock and use it for shoulder material when they got ready to pave it. Actually, I forgot to change item D there. D was already covered. D, I forgot to change that. We're still working on right away for we've already viewed and approved the plan, so we're still working for an August letting on that one too. Item 3 there, Homer. No new updates, I guess, at this point in time. We haven't, I guess I forgot to ask Mike, but I hadn't heard of any new complaints as far as the detour lately. Okay. And I haven't even been down there to see how they're coming. I haven't seen whether they've removed the, I know they were going to, my understanding from the DOT was they were going to leave the bridge in place and try to haul all the dirt, because all the dirt from the south side needs to go to the north side, and they were going to try to haul it over the bridge before they took the bridge out, so they didn't have to get an agreement with the railroad to drive over the tracks with loaded scrapers. So